Rush, Jonathan Bradford, welcome. SGRP, hey ya to you.
Sebby's in the house.
Debbie's in the house. Newton Lightstone, what's going on, man? I'm gonna see you soon.
And we're live on everywhere else too. We're live everywhere. Do you see me? I asked to be invited, or I invited myself.
I'm not seeing it yet.
Your request wasn't sent.
Well, send it, girl.
No, it's not. Maybe you go your way. You ask me.
I can't. I'm already live.
Can't you? No, you can invite me from there. Can't you?
Don't know.
Your request wasn't sent.
Oh, let's see. Go live with. Oh,
join. There you
go. Join the live stream. Like join my live stream thing, and then I can pick you from this list.
I'm in here.
Okay. There we go.
Hey everybody. Hey, there we go. Going live with Joe Landers. All right.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Which one? Which volume should I turn down?
Well, what the heck? How come? Hold on a sec. There we go.
Cool.
So, what the heck? So you can't turn your volume all the way down?
Come on, Apple. What's up with
Serious?
that?
For real?
Yeah. That's so dumb.
Okay, well, I'm going to do my best to just ignore that.
You can hear a little bit of a lag.
I got my headphones in now, so I can't. Okay, we did it.
I wonder if I shut this stupid thing off.
We're happening. So why don't you rock the Instagram if there's questions over there? You watch Instagram and I'll watch the StreamYard stuff, and that way we'll be chatting with everybody.
Okay, sounds good. And I'll just turn your volume down here. Maybe that's... Your brother is echoing really bad.
Shoot. I don't know what I can do about that.
Headphones in. Okay, hang on.
Headphones on both ends. We'll try. It's yeah, you can't turn the volume all the way down on Instagram if you are I can hear it. Oh geez, it's bad. It's bad. Oh no. Hey Joe.
I think we should be good now. I've got headphones in, so.
No, I got
failing that,
slap.
maybe
no,
we'll
I got brutal
send everybody to
back.
Facebook or YouTube.
Technical fail.
What a nightmare. Oh God.
Let's see.
Studio.
Okay. Are we better? Are we maybe better? Sarah trolling us.
Saying this thing. Yeah, we're trying to. No, we're trying to figure it out. But I think also us. Your internet or my internet now too.
What a disaster. Joe, you're froze. Are you on your
Okay.
Are you on your Wi-Fi on your phone?
I turned the Wi-Fi off my phone. Yeah. Are you there?
Yeah, but you're frozen.
Am I
Joey's
still frozen?
internet. Yeah.
Well, we can blame Shaw for.
We'll blame somebody.
We'll blame somebody. Yeah, sure.
Shoot, I'm not sure what to do here because you're just a frozen pixelated mess.
Yeah, still.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you can hear me, if folks can hear me, then let's just keep going and maybe it'll work. I'll try turning my camera off and turning it back on.
Okay.
And yeah. Cool. Okay. Looks like we're okay on Instagram. And
Okay, we can hear you. We'll take what we
okay.
can get.
Nice.
Hey everybody, happy Saturday. Thanks for hanging out with us on the internet. Yeah, big week for us. We announced a bunch of tour dates for the first time in a year. And realistically, we're like coming up on 18 months easy since we've talked at all about touring.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's happening.
Joey, how does it feel to have some tour dates on the books, to imagine playing shows for our friends?
It's crazy. It's a crazy feeling. It's exciting. I'm nervous.
What are you
Yeah.
nervous about?
What am I nervous about?
Yeah.
Oh man, just like dusting off that hat. I haven't, like, the last time we were on stage was what was that festival that we did?
We played Under the Arch was maybe the last one. Oh no, we played Morden. We played a one-off in
we
last
played that,
summer.
and that was like, it was in June maybe. So we were off the road for 3-4 months, and I felt rusty then. We got on stage and I was like, I felt awkward.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was just, a nervous, anxious mess. And it's been over a year. I mean, the good thing about being on tour is you've got time to kind of kick that off. But yeah, it's just like, I've just been doing so many other things now. And so to think about doing shows is like kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
And emotional too, like, because a lot of things have come with this break. I mean, there's like obviously missing doing our thing, but then there's also I don't know, like realizing that there's more to life than just being on tour, and all of these things. It's not free and clear. You know what I mean?
It's complicated.
Hey Anna, could you grab me a set of old style Apple headphones? I'm gonna see if I can all the way mute my iPad by just plugging in some headphones and
Oh,
turning them down.
that's good thinking. That's great thinking. I bet you I have some here too.
Yeah. This is like some new school, old school shit.
Oh my goodness, You're not kidding. Hold on, I'm gonna do the same if I can find some.
And then oh no, except for I have to leave the microphone out so people can hear me. Can people still hear me on Instagram? God, what a nightmare.
No, we're good enough. Oh,
Okay.
you could dangle the microphone in front of your face.
This is hilarious.
We're getting there.
Okay.
This is some
There we
really
go.
this is production on a budget.
Yeah, I miss the studio so much right now.
I bet.
Oh, Chris, our pal Chris on Instagram.
Bless your heart. Thank you, love.
Is asking how Joni is getting on. Joni is getting on amazingly, and man, it's such a fun time. Oh, nice. It's good without the mic hanging. Sweet. Yeah, it's such a fun time. She's just becoming a little person every day. She's becoming more and more.
Okay, I'm gonna try this. We'll see. Oh, Jesus.
I don't think you need to dangle it.
Oh, is that what they say? Just down here is good enough?
Just down there is good enough. So
okay.
although I think you're frozen on Instagram now. Oh, this is making me so sweaty.
It's because I got a notification that came up and muted everything. Oh my God.
Oh God.
So smooth.
Okay. So smooth. Sorry, everybody. We're off to such a slow start here, but we're trying to figure it out.
Sorry, you were talking about parenting, but we were talking about touring. We were talking about the tour dates that we just announced, and
Right.
yeah, it's a complicated feeling because also I don't know how many of you guys realize this, but we are in North America. Winnipeg, where we are, our hometown, is the worst COVID hotspot on the continent.
Yeah,
So like
Per capita, we have the highest test positivity
It,
rates right now.
it's just a train wreck. Like
Yeah.
the COVID stuff
And
is out
and
of control.
over the weekend there was a massive anti-COVID restriction rally, and man, it's so maddening. Like I certainly don't want to start a polarizing conversation here, but it's just so frustrating to have the numbers go up, and like, oh yeah, like, yeah, you got to get the numbers down to zero. And that's
Yeah,
how you don't spread a disease, is by getting the numbers down to zero. Not, getting them down to, if you can get them down to 5 and that person decides to go grocery shopping, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not a professional. I'm feeling pretty over it at the moment. And I
yeah.
think also, like, having the numbers go up also kind of threatens this exciting feeling of getting back to work. You know what I mean?
I think,
And I
yeah,
think health and safety is most important. But obviously, I'm anxious to get back to doing my thing. And yeah. So anyway,
yeah,
uh,
exactly.
yeah,
It's complicated.
it is complicated, and
Yeah,
and I do I don't want to be insensitive. I think everybody's got a reason for how they feel and what they think about stuff, but I don't know. That's just how I feel and what I think about stuff, I guess.
yeah. I'm with you though. Like, I think that's part of, like, announcing those tour dates was so uplifting for me. It felt even better than I sort of anticipated, that like being able to start rolling towards some stuff again was going to be a really nice feeling, but even more so than I was counting on, I think.
Yeah,
Um, like it just, it was, yeah, it was really uplifting, but also incredibly complicated feeling, because right now we're living in a complete and utter lockdown. Like, can't see family outside, can't see anybody outside, you know,
yeah,
really not supposed to be leaving the house for anything. So it's like, it's hard to imagine going from that to playing sold out shows and packed rooms.
yeah,
But it's 9 months away. Like, that's a long time, and I am confident that things are going to be in a much better position then. But it's just like, the mental gymnastics required are pretty baffling.
yeah.
Um, what are some of the spots on that tour that you get really excited about, Joe? When you look at that list of places and think of the people that we know in them, where do you get pumped about going?
Oh man, like everywhere, really. I mean, I've spent so much time in the UK that there's definitely parts of it that full on feel like hometown shows. Like, I don't know, Derby. There's like, I've played the Flower Pot 3 4 times now, and like, I know, I've been to the music shop to replace tubes in my amp. I've walked down the street to the coffee shop around the corner 100 times. The last time we were in Derby, it was Anna and I. We were visiting Russell Sherrington, our dear pal Russell, and we went to this pub around the corner. It just, like, it feels like a hometown show. So I'm really looking forward to all the dates for a variety of reasons. And now, you know, very fortunate to have done a lot of touring over there, and a lot of these places are starting to feel kind of like hometown shows. You get back and you recognize promoters and you recognize the bartender maybe, or you make friends with folks coming to the shows. I've made some really wonderful friends out of people who come to our shows, and uh, my buddy Kevin in the Netherlands has become like a lifelong friend, and we met at my show. I don't know. It's cool. It's really really cool. Um, so all of it. There's really not a spot that I'm not looking forward to going to. I mean, and
Yeah,
there's always, like, there's a couple spots that we're not getting back to on this tour, and that's always kind of like, you know I wish we had something near Newcastle. We got a lot of friends near Newcastle, but you can't get everywhere on every run. So
yeah, and I think I've already seen a lot of comments already asking about. Oh, geez, my phone just keeps. Sorry, I have to just reboot my phone.
yeah,
I've seen a lot of people asking about when we're gonna add Canadian dates or Australian dates, and we're in the works for all those things. There's a lot of places to get to, and um, only so few days in the calendar to pull it off, and especially with little ones at home, we're trying to be really cognizant of that and trying to pace ourselves. But we want to get to all those spots. We want to get back to Australia. We want to see some new spots in Europe. We really want to get back through Canada and down through the States too. So we'll be back.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of the little ones, there was a question, I can't find it on Instagram. Somebody was saying, how are you guys feeling about getting back on the road now with little ones at home? That's probably the hardest
Hmm.
thing for me to wrap my head around because, man, I just basically Anna and I are stay-at-home parents right now. She's on mat leave, and I'm on parental leave as well. And yeah, I love it. I'm so excited to go back on the road, but the thought of leaving them at home is pretty hard to wrap my brain around. And man, obviously, no way to have known this going in, but Joni's first birthday will be in Bristol.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
And when I realized that I was gonna miss my daughter's first birthday, what to be honest, I'm kind of fucking devastated. But
Oh,
what do you
Joe.
do? Like the dates were in place. There's no way to know when the baby exactly was coming. So yeah, I mean it is what it is. But I think that's one of like it feels so bad to miss that date, and that it's like okay, well that I guess March 9th, henceforth forevermore, is a blackout date on my calendar. Um, but and we also like Anna and I talked about it and it was like so shit. Like I just realized I'm going to be on the road. Thankfully it's her first birthday. She won't have many memories of it. I think we're just going to do an early birthday and celebrate her birthday with everybody just before we get on the road. But Roberta is saying me and Anna should 100% go for Joni's birthday. Yes, definitely 100%. And then just stick around for the whole tour. But yeah, so like that's a very real thing that I just, you know, wasn't anticipating.
Mm,
Yeah.
right. Oh, reality. That's a
Yeah,
heavy brick.
that's a very heavy brick. But like I'm very grateful, um, very, very grateful to have such a supportive family that's like, okay, well, we'll work around it and we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, So but it's definitely like I think I'm more upset about it than Anna is, and Joni doesn't know because she just discovered today that she has feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You can get her hands for her birthday.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
All right, watch. Okay, watch this. Start with your shoulders, work over to your elbows. Now your wrist. See that thing at the end with all the dangly bits? It's called a hand.
That's called a hand. Yeah, and Anna was saying this morning. Was it this morning, love? The foot thing, or was that yesterday?
That was yesterday, I think.
Yesterday, Joni was like looking down at her feet, and then she just kind of like she looked at him hard, and then reached down and touched her foot, and then smiled, like just like holy crap, that's mine. Like I see this super cute little thing, and then when I touch it, I feel it. I think that's my thing. What is that thing? Like, man, that's something that you don't really realize when you have a newborn baby is that they don't know anything, and they're learning in real time things like that is your foot. It belongs to you. Like, for the first 3 months of her life, she didn't know that that thing was hers. Yeah. Anyway.
What is that dangly, wiggly little thing?
Yeah.
Those little piggies at the end.
Yeah. We're getting lots of love in Instagram comments. Thanks, folks. I appreciate it. My pal Josh, he's a merchant mariner, and he said he missed all kinds of important things. Lots traveling in that business too, and it's just a fact of life for a lot of people traveling. And I think for me, it's like, okay, I'm going to miss this important landmark, but it's not about the day; it's about the moment. You know, and as she gets older, the specific day will become more and more important, but it's just more about the moment, celebrating the milestone. And so I feel a little bit more at ease about the first birthday. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess, and also just like now that we're parents, there's all kinds of new things to consider with balancing our professional lives. And sadly, I think some of that you just learn through trial and error. And yeah, now
Yeah.
we know
Yeah.
that hence more. There won't be. This will be your last time attending a Broslander show on March 9th.
Yeah, that's right. Or 8th or 11th or 10th. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
in January 3rd, January 1st through, well, maybe New Year's gig in there for good measure, but I'll be home for January 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Spang-a-lang.
Spang-a-lang. We got any comments, questions over on that side? Oh man, sorry. I'm so excited about this, guys. I built this little pedal today, and I'm so fired up over it. It's a little mini expression pedal with 2 outputs. You can have 2 expressions. I'm so stoked on it, and it works. And I measured out all the holes, and they're mostly 100% in the right place. I'm stoked on it. So I think I might even make them for sale, and I think I'm going to call it the EXP BB because it's a little baby expression pedal.
That's a cool idea, man. It's great. I think
Yeah.
your biggest challenge is going to be how do you reinforce those things so that when you step on them, they don't fall right off your board.
Yeah, I think probably if I sell them, I would just charge them. I would charge a reasonable enough price and just give the disclaimer that you really can't bear down on this thing, and so that when inevitably you do bust off the potentiometer shaft, you know, you're not coming for me. But yeah, it's definitely not. It's not weight bearing, that's for sure.
Yeah. Nobody's coming for you here. We're all friends. We're all friends.
Oh, they will for sure. I got myself an EXP BB. I put it on my pedal board and I stepped on it as hard as I could and it broke. What are you going to do about it?
Listen here first, folks. No refunds.
No refunds. That's right.
Joe, Darcy
Yeah.
Michaels, your mother, my mother says, "Hi boys, good to see you. Excited for you in the upcoming tour." And her profile picture is an adorable picture of Joni.
Oh,
So,
hi Mom, I love you.
Hi Mom, I love you too. Miss you.
Dan Simmons says 1 star. I guess that's on that's my Google
That's
Google
your
Maps.
Amazon review.
Yeah.
I don't know. I put this thing at the bottom of my shoe, walked 10 miles with it, and I feel terrible today. And
yeah.
I don't know what's going on here.
I'm already trolling the customers that I don't have. Like, quit whining.
You can hire me as your customer service manager.
We're so sorry that you broke your EXP BB. What a drag. Yours sincerely, the brothers.
Yeah.
I like this. Josh Doom says, "You're a potentiometer shaft."
I saw that. Yeah, that's cute.
Nice.
Yeah, that's really fun.
What do you got going on over there? Questions, comments?
I got a lot of people that picked up tickets, and I want to say to every single person who bought tickets, thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing that. I'm so grateful. We are so grateful. It still blows our brains every time we show up somewhere and there are people there to see our shows.
Yeah.
Whether there are few or a room full of people, it's just still such a trip.
Man, that's a good segue because yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, Friday. Officially, Anna and I bought a house.
Yeah, congratulations. Homeowner.
And we bought our first house, and it literally could not have happened without people buying tickets, buying merch, coming to shows.
Joining our Patreon page. Oh, bless you, Patreon fans.
Like seriously, I have been sort of like waiting in this pool of gratefulness, like thinking like I never ever dreamed that I would be able to buy a house. Well, like this place is actually our dream house. We'll post pictures about it. But like it's totally our dream house, and never ever thought that would be possible as a musician. And it's like people like Lee Anderton and his team at Anderton's and that pedal show and all the people who buy tickets and merch and stuff. Like it's crazy. I'm feeling very, very grateful. So anyways, if you wanted to know how far your tickets go, that's how far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a Winnipeg house, so you got to keep that in mind too. Like we're not rolling in it. It's Winnipeg.
Oh
You can
yeah.
live in a
No, no,
house.
no. Yeah.
You can musicians can buy houses in Winnipeg still.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But
Never, never would have been possible in Toronto or London or Vancouver or one of those, or New York. But Winnipeg, yeah.
Mike Carbone says Joey and Dave need to have a dad joke battle right now. Money's on Dave for the win. I think I just won. I think I just won because you said that, Mike. Bless your heart. I got a good one though. So we were at Tim Hortons this morning before we drove out to a park and sort of wandered around the woods.
Yeah.
And on the way we stopped and we grabbed some snacks and I got a coffee and a bagel. And I said, Roberta, bagel me. And she gave me the bagel and I stuck it in one of the little slots in the dashboard of the Volkswagen. And I looked at her and said, these Germans think of everything. They've got a bagel slot built in. I love that. Dad joke.
I don't know, man. Oh, you just left our live stream.
No, thanks for joining.
I
Okay, add me again. I want back in. Stupid
will.
phone. Oh my God. I requested it.
You requested?
I requested to be added.
Okay.
But you can add me. Whatever works. Whatever works. Easier.
I think there we go.
Mike liked it. Mike liked my dad joke.
Man, I don't think it was that good. I'm sorry to say. I don't want to be that guy, but
You got a better one?
yeah, what
It
kind
was
of bees
funny at
make
the time.
what kind of bees make milk?
You ever used it?
Boobies.
That's back catalog, man. Give me something current. Give me something edgy. No, don't give me anything edgy.
Yeah. Somebody says you're by yourself on the IG stream. Yes, I know. I'm trying to add Dave in, but I don't know what's going on.
Send request.
Yeah, I guess it's really weird if you're not in there and I'm just talking to you and they can't hear you.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you just sound like a mad person.
It says you're no longer in this.
Okay, I'll close out and join again.
Good God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What a
Instagram.
disaster.
What a disaster.
Okay, I'm back in.
Okay.
I don't know. Technology. What was I going to say? Oh, go live with Joylander. Sure, don't mind if I do. I'll try and remember to keep pressing the screen so that it doesn't freeze on me.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? I had a thought. Oh, I had a question here in the on YouTube. Tone-wise says, question for Dave. On your Fender P-Bass that was tuned BEAD, what brand and string gauges did you use? I used the D'Addario Chrome flats, and I just bought I think the medium gauge 5-string set, and then just had a G string that I never used. Yeah. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Everybody knows where the money is on a bass.
That's right.
It's not on the G string, I'll tell you that much.
No. Hell no.
No.
You don't need that.
No. Somebody says Dave lost the signal because he awarded himself the best dad joke.
That's right. That
makes you a dad joke dictator, I think. Yeah.
I don't like the connotation. Hey, Keith Coffee is asking, hey, which London venue are you playing? Man, we're playing Shepherd's Bush
Empire.
We are playing, as far as just like rooms and theaters, that's probably the one that I'm most excited for on that tour. It's a massive room, and I think there's a good chance that we're going to fill it full of people. And that just feels so unbelievably rock and roll to be playing that room. All my favorite bands have played there at some point on their way up. And it just feels like a real rite of passage to have a chance at playing in a room like that. Storied history.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stoked. That's really fun.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that show. When we had to cancel those dates last March, I was pretty bummed pretty deflated, but to be able to put those dates back on the calendar, man, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Hey, this is a fun question. Chris Waters Film on Instagram says, the opening chord on something is a phenomenal sound. What's the effect and why does it sound so good? So it's two parts. It's I'm playing a major 6 chord that's voiced. How is it voiced? 5-5-6-3, I think, or 5-6-1. Yeah, 5-5-6-3, and then Ariel is playing like a harmonic. I think at the 12th fret maybe, and he's in standard and I was in open C, and then I think both of us just had some delays on and a little bit of reverb, and then I had the Bixby on my callings, so it probably makes this like kind of thing, but it was just 2 guitars kind of making that chord together. And yeah, thanks for asking. That's a cool question.
Yeah, I can hear that first chord pretty clearly in my head, just imagining it.
Bring, yeah.
Alan Kelly, I got good news for you. Alan Kelly says, you should play the Thekla ship in Bristol again, Joey. Well, guess what?
Guess what? March 9th, on my daughter's birthday, I will be there.
Playing the ship. It's Joni's birthday.
Yeah. We'll have to sing her happy birthday, and I'll try not to cry.
Oh, you're going to cry. I'm going to cry too. We're all going to cry.
There's going to be so much crying on this tour.
Kai Mankey's asking, last chat you mentioned a new album. Any idea which partner will be in charge and put it out in Germany? I don't know. We probably will release it ourselves, but I mean, we're open to partners in different territories. I think we're probably going to partner with somebody in Australia, and if the right partner puts their hand up to release it, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, or Europe, I mean, we're open to it, certainly. But we do have our own record label, and we do have international distribution. But I'm open to it. The right person comes along. Yeah, we'll work together.
Yeah.
Send us offers. Send us offers.
Sylvester XVII, aka 17, on Instagram says, "What scale length is your gold top?" Standard scale length, whatever that is. I don't remember off the top of my head. 20. Just the normal. About this much. Yeah, the normal Gibson one.
I felt like I had something interesting to talk about.
My new expression pedal?
We talked about that.
Oh.
But I'm into it. EXPBB.
EXPBB. That's how you have to say it, though.
You know what I'm excited about? I will say, sort of anticipating this tour is having the opportunity to play some of this music together before we leave. Like there is this big long gap between now and playing.
Mm-hmm.
But once the restrictions, hopefully the restrictions lift soon and the curve starts to flatten, everybody gets vaccinated and things are much safer and we can start hanging out. But the idea of actually playing music, working through the set, working up these new songs, finishing the record, there's so much music to be made in anticipation of that I get really excited about that. And it also makes me feel better about the idea of playing again, because at this point I haven't made music with anybody in a year or more.
Yeah.
Right.
More.
Yeah. I mean, we did the one show in Morden, but that was a real sort of
that was a one-off. I was so nervous. I feel like it doesn't count. Not because it wasn't a show, but just because. Yeah. Hey, Andrew on Instagram says, when will we see more merch like hats?
Oh, working on it right now. I cannot get the hats that I like. We have a design. We have some stuff that we're going to roll out just as a one-off, like, hey, some new merch, check it out.
Mm-hmm.
But there's like this crazy shortage on decent hats right now. So there's
I love this hat, the Mythos one. I don't know
It's
who
that
makes it.
kind of felty boy.
It's 100% wool.
Hmm.
His teeth were made of wool.
I get my
Sorry,
L's and
sometimes
D's
I
mixed
mix up L and D. What was that from?
Waterboy, maybe? It was one of
No,
those. It was an Adam Sandler thing.
no, yeah, it was an Adam Sandler one. Mr. The one where he's like the rich kid.
Right.
Mr. Deeds. Yeah. Anyway,
Somebody's gonna jump in.
is the new tour, or is the tour to promote the new album? Is question by Nairnsey.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that we
Yeah.
have new music up by that's the plan. That's the plan, is to have new music up by then. The record is not called Silver Linings, though that is a cool name for a record. But it's also, that's already a Bonnie Raitt record.
Silver Lining, yeah.
Yeah. Probably won't be called Silver Lining, but that is a lyric from one of the songs. So a bit of foreshadowing there.
Yeah.
Man, did Roberta ever knock it out of the park on that artwork.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so happy with the way that turned out.
Mm-hmm.
She done did outdid herself.
She always does. She's so great.
Um,
Jaroof Stuff is asking what the touring lineup is going to be on this tour.
Good cue. Me and Joe.
Well, we're not sure. Joe might not be available.
Yeah,
LOL,
depending.
JK.
I mean, crazy things have happened. We have done bro shows without Joe, and we have done
Really?
bro shows without
Oh yeah,
Dave.
right. Yeah, right. We did that show in Pittsburgh. I mean, I was there, but
I was leading the show. Like, it was my show.
you were the lead singist.
I was the lead singist. Liam Duncan on keyboards, and due to all the, well, not entirely due to the pandemic restrictions, but we're going with a local band. So we got Roman Clark on the drums on these things, whatever these are.
Oh, I just realized that you're inverted. Very weird. Oh no, you're not. You're not inverted. You just look very, very weird doing that.
I'm just bad. I'm just not a drummer.
You're not a drummist.
Drummist.
Please say it correctly.
Ty in the comments just hit me to the fact that Foy has some new music out that I didn't realize. So I'm super excited to hear that.
Yeah, he's got a new record. I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm sure it's incredible. He posted like the most beautiful write-up, sort of in anticipation of the new record, just talking about getting, like, very briefly talking about getting sober and talking about the, isolation, and it's really gorgeous. It's just, I read it the other day and it made me so excited to hear his new music. So that's really cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Foy's music so much. I am such a fan.
Yeah.
It was our first dance at our wedding, was one of Foy's tunes, and Joey played it. Joey played it incredibly well.
Thanks.
Joey was there. Joey Landreth was there. I had Joey Landreth at my wedding. I got a deal on Cameo and was able to get you to make a celebrity appearance.
Jory Lambert, never heard of him.
Mm-hmm. You guys, you got any questions? I feel we got these tour dates to talk about. That I was really excited to talk about that, but I don't know how much else to say other than I'm super excited to play music again and to go back to these places that I love.
Somebody's asking, when will you guys come to these United States of America? Probably later next year, I think.
Yeah, potentially. It's all really up in the air at this point. Yeah.
So there's lots of questions on Instagram. If we need some fodder, let's see.
Oh, I like this one that just popped up about pre-show rituals. Who's asking that? Good one. Goodone.USA says, what are some of our pre-show rituals? Skipping rope.
Skipping rope, yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
They've changed over the years, like kind of by when the lineup started to change, we started to do different things. Like, Yeah, I don't know. In the early days, we did a lot of vocal warm-ups. We still do, but it's not quite as, big part of it.
Mhm.
But yeah, skipping rope. Sometimes we pretend to skip rope.
Which is
Like
actually the same as
it's
skipping rope.
actually it is the same as skipping rope. Really, you don't actually need a skip rope. Life
Yeah.
hack: go save yourself the $400 on the fancy skipping rope,
Duh.
or the $15 on the cheap skipping rope.
And the reason to do that is like you sit around kind of stagnant all day waiting for shows to start, and it's just really nice to get the blood pumping before you hit the stage.
Yeah, heck yeah.
It's what I've sort of discovered that I like. I really appreciate sort of hitting the stage not feeling cool, like sort of warmed up physically.
Yeah.
Not that I'm doing much. I mean, I play bass. I stand there, I tap my foot.
Yeah. Yeah, bass is so easy. So
Meg says pre-show rituals, naps.
yeah,
I'm not a big napper on tour. I used to be. I used to try and like find anywhere to sleep, but not so much anymore. I don't come out of a nap well. Like I'm kind of a mess post nap.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We got requests for New York City, Florida, Goshen, Indiana. Goshen, Indiana. Love you guys. Would love to come
Yeah,
back.
great spot.
Upstate New York. And Josh is saying you could skip rope with a high-end patch cable. Yes, you could.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That'd be
sure
like
could.
a good YouTube video maybe.
Dave,
It's like,
Chris Tree, my bud, Chris is asking. He's
what's
asked a
up,
couple
Chris?
times. He wants to know about your rig.
Oh yeah, it's real simple. Yeah, it's like it's either a P bass, like this little dude, ooh, into,
Oh yeah,
or it's either the P bass or it's this guy, which is like the Duesenberg hollow body duder,
yeah.
into a Noble DI, which I don't have handy. I think that's at the studio still. Noble like preamp DI thing, and into kind of whatever bass amp is available. Like I like oh my goodness, did I just boot myself out? I
You
did. I
just
just
booted
booted
yourself out, man. You should turn off your notifications.
It's not the notifications. It was my screen was dying, so I went to touch it and then I quit. So I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back to you.
Sorry, Instagram. Dave
Is an idiot.
Dave is an idiot. I can say whatever I want about you because you're not here to defend yourself on Instagram.
You're a terrible human being. I've requested to join
Dave,
your presence.
Dave actually
Don't do it.
yeah, I can't think of anything. My brain is so fried.
Let me in.
I didn't get your request.
Joey
sending-
Landreth accepted your request to join the live video. We're live. Just like that.
Dave had enough. Oh shit.
I did.
Yeah, probably.
I did.
So last we heard was Noble bass or Noble preamp.
Yeah, and I'm actually less particular about the amp these days because that's really just about making the bass loud on stage. I really love like the old Portaflex B15 stuff. I've inherited, or I am the steward of Marty Thiessen's Portaflex B15 thingamajig, and it sounds fantastic. I really love that. Or I'm partial to the Ampeg 610 cabinets. Is like a perfect marriage between an A10 and a 410, and throw an SVT on top of that, or a GK800RB, or an Aguilar DB 750 or 751, something like that. For the bass geeks in the house.
The great thing about a 610 cabinet is that it's got two more 10-inch speakers than a 410, but also two less than an 810.
One person can move it up the stairs.
I mean, one person could, but should one person move it up the stairs? What I want to know is,
always leave me alone to lift that thing up the stairs. You guys get scarce. When that thing gets close to stairs, all my friends, they disappear. They scatter.
I don't know what to say to that. We've definitely started bringing heavier and heavier stuff on the road, and it's like, man, remember the North American tour, like East, when I had the red the red road case that had my amp and cabinet in it.
It seemed like, and it was so tippy. Like it was like 6 feet tall and about 2 inches wide
Well,
on casters.
it's a 412 road case.
Yeah.
But my head was on top of the 212 on its side, so it was heavy on top. So
Yeah.
it
was a
wasn't
bad
it wasn't
sink.
the I mean it was good in the trailer, but everything else was not great. Yeah. Yeah, the two
Yeah.
rocks are not lightweight. No, they're not.
No. And
Tone is
we've
heavy
got all
though.
our
Tone is heavy.
tone is heavy. That is, I've learned that tone is heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of bass cabs that I'm really interested in trying out. I really want to try the Sino bass stuff, or Sino bass. I don't know how they pronounce it.
Yeah.
I see a lot of guys who I really dig that are playing that stuff, and then I really want to try the bare-faced bass cabs. They're out of the UK, and they sound fantastic. I don't
Sweet.
know. I haven't tried one. Everybody seems to like it.
Nice.
Yeah, and then bass amps. I don't know about bass. I don't love any bass amp, to be honest, yet.
Right. It's such an interesting thing for bass because there's so much that, like, with a guitar amp, there's so much room for creativity. Like a bass amp, it has to have certain key features, you know? Like it has to be able to throw a lot of, like, a full spectrum of sound. Whereas, like, you can put a Champ on stage with a 57 in front of it and it sounds absolutely puny on its own, but you put it through the PA and it sounds fine. Bass amp kind of has to do certain things, so it's like you don't have as much room for creativity, I feel like.
Less,
I don't know.
yeah, and you can really, like, the bass player can really destroy the experience on stage if your bass tone isn't doing all the right things, you know? Like, you can get in the way of a lot of stuff, and that's just not pleasant. So
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing. I'm on the hunt. I'm on the hunt for a bass amp that I love, but we'll see. I'll maybe find one.
We'll find it. One gear question, and because I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
Older but not up. Is that Joe? Maybe I can't really see your little picture there on Instagram. But so Joey, I continue the search for harmonic trem Holy Grail. Where are you at? The Holy Grail is the real thing. Nothing beats it. Next to that, like an old brown face amp is what I mean. Next to that, the Reverberamo or Reverberato made by Victoria, because it's basically it's the real circuit. In pedal form, right now, I actually have the mug, the Jam Pedals Harmonious Monk, made by our pals at TPS. Takes the cake for me. But there's something on the horizon that's coming.
Foreshadowing.
Made by Two Rock. But yeah, that's, to me, my favorite so far pedal is the Jam Pedals one, because it's analog. It sounds really, really great. So the Walrus one is also really good, but yeah, Supro is good. Sorry, I'll stop talking.
No, that's great. Russell Charrington is trolling me and said, "No haircuts in London next year, David." Yeah, I got a bad haircut in London. It was
I
like a
like
real
the haircut.
It was like a real flock of seagulls kind of vibe. I don't know. I look back at the pictures from the London show and I was like, why did I pick, like, the biggest show we've maybe ever done to like experiment with my hairstyle? Because I look back, I'm like, I don't want anybody to see these photos. Like, new haircut day is a terrible day. You know, you feel so uncomfortable in your own skin. It's like, who's this?
Yeah. I mean, it's a risky move. It's a risky move.
Yeah. I won't do it again.
I like that haircut. Just for the record, I thought it was cute,
man,
girl.
Thank you, and screw you, Russell. I'm kidding. I love Russell. I love you, Russell. Dave Dresser asks, when touring across the pond, do you take amps with you, or do the venues have to provide what you request? Neither.
Neither.
Joey, what do we do?
We rent backline from our pal Ricky at Blacklight Touring.
Nice.
And come on,
I'm gonna tell Ricky. I'm gonna tell Ricky that you shouted him out and see if he gives us a discount. That shit's expensive.
I mean, he already gives us a bit of a discount. We've every time we've gone over to the UK/Europe, we rent gear from him. That's actually not true because Lee Anderton helped me out with a bunch of gear for a tour.
Yeah,
which I would be remiss to not mention.
Two Rock hooks you up.
Two Rock has hooked me up. Also, Victory has. Yeah, there's like Rev and also has hooked me up. So there, I always have something that I'm comfortable with. I'm never using just a rental amp. I always have something that I'm familiar with and comfortable with, and like. So on my last solo tour, I had John from Peaches, Two Rock, and a Rev D20. And I think on our last tour, I just had the Two Rock. I didn't do wet dry. But I think on this tour, I'm gonna do wet dry wet. I think.
Well, I'm gonna do wet dry on the bass. So
well, you're going Dolby Atmos. You're like,
yeah,
honey, is it me or is the bass coming from over top of my head? And I feel uncomfortable. Yeah, they're trying to get that like gonna drop the bass on your head vibe. Later, Chris.
The
Peace
bass
and love, man.
The bass is in 7.1. Just the bass.
The bass is in doubly.
Mom has a question.
Okay.
And because she birthed us, we answer her questions.
Yeah.
Mom says, how do you like driving in the UK? Joey, I know you have some pretty strong opinions about driving in the UK.
I love driving in the UK. Yeah. I mean, obviously like the first hurdle is being on the opposite side of the car as we're used to in North America. But I've done enough driving over there now that it doesn't faze me anymore. My first couple solo tours took a little getting used to. Driving manual on the like with your other hand on the other side of the road and like going into these like super crazy congested roundabouts was definitely a bit of a baptism by fire, but I'm pretty comfy on it now. And then the ultimate one was when we hired a UK tour van and then crossed the channel into mainland Europe, and then we're driving on the right-hand side of the car or left-hand side of the car on the right-hand side of the road. So it was like double reverse, but that was fine. But I really like people are
they're better drivers.
In the UK, they're better drivers. They'll tell you that they're terrible drivers, but that's because they haven't driven around the Midwest of the US. Yeah.
Yeah, and they get. And there are parts of Europe that are like, I think like Germany, I think has the greatest drivers in the world, is my experience.
I don't know. I find like the aggressiveness on the Autobahn to be like quasi rude, sometimes. But like to me in the UK, like people actually follow the rules, and like if you're driving under the speed limit, like people don't mess like. In Canada and the US, people just drive in whatever lane they want, and you'll see two cars driving the same speed next to each other on a two-lane road. You don't see that in the UK. Otherwise, somebody will be flashing their lights and honking.
Yeah.
So, it's I don't know. It's refreshing, but I don't know. I should have said that about Germany. The German people are great drivers.
No, it's okay to have an opinion. I'm not gonna crucify you for having an opinion on the matter. I don't think anybody else will either. It's subjective.
I mean, it would be pretty extreme if somebody crucified me for that.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm being dramatic. I'm being deliberately like taking poetic license.
What'd you say about our driving? Okay, well, bad news. You're gonna have a bad time.
The price of lumber going up. This is really. I should have thought this through. This. We get a vat of acid. This is dark. This is. Anyways.
Finish him.
Oh man, I did get all the way through. I did get all the way through the new Mortal Kombat movie.
Mortal Kombat. Hell yeah, I did.
It's so bad.
No. It's so good.
Fun.
It's so good.
I could not remember for the life of me the name. Is it Goro?
Goro. Yeah.
No, it just came to me. I watched the whole movie being like, What's that guy's name?
Yeah.
Joey, we have
Yeah.
we haven't done our duty. There is a family in England right now.
No,
I think they're in
in
England.
Wales. No, they're in
Ah,
Wales.
sorry, guys. I know that's not.
Don't make that mistake.
Didn't know. My bad. My bad.
Yeah.
There's a family in Wales with 2 children that are nearing their bedtime, and Saturday they had a great Saturday. I'm sure they're probably pretty wound up. And if we don't step in and intervene, these kids may never sleep again.
Yeah, that's true.
This is something we do on Saturdays, folks. If you haven't seen this before, Joey, take it off.
Nell Mabley, it's been a great Saturday. We've had lots of fun. Maybe the weather was nice over there, and you got out and enjoyed some blue sky. But it's officially time to put on your Jimmy Jams and brush your fangs.
And
Don't
floss.
forget to floss. And because it's time for bed, and Dad's going to make you really nice pancakes tomorrow, and you can put chocolate sauce on it if you want.
Dad promised that he would put chocolate chips and chocolate sauce and fudge and give you. You guys can have cookies for breakfast and Pepsi. You can have chocolate chip, chocolate covered pancakes with 2 liters of Pepsi each. But only if you go to bed right now.
Yeah. And then also on Monday, you have to go to the dentist and have all your teeth removed. Chris Waters says, "Blue skies in Wales? Are you high?" Man, I have had in St. David's, I have had some of the most magnificent walks of my life in Wales, like along the coast, blue sky, sunshine. I even got a sunburn. Only floss the teeth you want to keep.
That's cute.
That's very cute.
I got to speaking of Welsh discontent. Every time we put a UK tour on sale, we manage to confuse St. David's, which is in Pembrokeshire, which is West Wales. It's all the way on the coast. Yeah. With St. David's City Hall, which is so here's the confusion, people. There is a venue in St. David's that happens to be in the St. David's City Hall. So you're playing St. David's City Hall in St. David's, Pembrokeshire, Wales. There is a very famous venue, or very famous, but a very popular venue in Cardiff called St. David's City Hall. So you got to understand the confusion. Like it's an honest mistake. But every time we put on a tour, we screw that up because we go to St. David's.
Yeah. Did I not say on this last tour announcement, let's make sure that it says St. David's Wales?
Dude, when I put the dates in, I was positive that I got it right. And I was like, I spent an inordinate amount of time trying to make sure that I got it right. And I got an email, very polite email being like, guys, if you confuse us with, and I managed to put it as somewhere in England. And
boy,
a guy from Wales sent me a message. It was like, it would be like saying Winnipeg, America, please fix this. So I don't want to get it. I don't want to get in the beef because I wouldn't be upset if you thought it was from America, but I'm not going to get in the beef. We fixed it. It's all good. I'm sorry to St. David's and I'm sorry to the country of Wales. Our sincere apologies.
It's just one of those dumb North American mistakes that people make, and
we're just dumb. We're just dumb.
We'll get there, guys. We'll get there. Just know, Steve Pryor, speak up. Just know that St. David's, you are legitimately my favorite place on the whole planet, and you know it. The background of my phone was a picture I took of the sun setting on the beach there, and the only thing that usurped that photo from my phone was the birth of my daughter. So there you go. That's how much I love you. St. David's, that's another place that is now at this point feels like a hometown show. Just absolutely love it there.
Great spot. We're gonna have a real fun show. Yeah. Ty Sharon says, Joey, Dave, do you guys ever fight on tour? How do you navigate that?
We don't fight, but we bicker. Like,
yeah, we bicker. It doesn't bother us. It's just how we interact, but it makes other people really uncomfortable.
I think it does. But it's like things like, hey, do you think maybe you might want to drive instead of staring at your phone, or like things like
Yeah.
that?
Ooh.
Just, yeah, just like, oh, yeah, feels a little fast. Maybe you're a little close to that other car. Things like
Not
that.
that subtle, not that polite. But we do grind each other a little bit, but
But the band will also they also like when we start doing that, you'll hear at least one person go, brothers.
yeah, I think it's one of those things we don't even really think about it. Yes, we do, absolutely. Like we don't scrap, but we bicker. We straight up bicker.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll get better at it. I feel like now that we have, yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm always going to be picking fights with you.
Yeah, and of course I can't help myself. I literally can't help myself. There are times when I'm like, don't say it, don't say it. I'm like, I can't not say it. And then I end up say the thing that just like sets you off. And I'm just like, I know I shouldn't have said that. I didn't even want to, like, I didn't want to do that, you know, but I say the thing because I could like,
yeah, it's true. It's true. Hey, listen, we have 1 minute and 39 seconds remaining of our live stream on Instagram.
You know, let's do wrap that up because I've been chugging these things throughout the show and I really have to, you know, do something.
No, I don't know. What do you have to do?
I have to pee. Everybody pees.
Ew, that's
we don't even talk about it. Yeah.
This has been super fun.
It's always fun.
I've really missed doing karate in the garage. I really look forward to when we can do it back at the studio, when restrictions are lifted and you and I can safely be in the same room, and we have slightly less technical difficulties to deal with. But thanks for your patience, everybody. And we just love hanging out with you on these Saturdays, and we miss you all. And hopefully in 2022 we'll rip around the globe and get to see all of you.
It's happening. We're gonna see some people in 2022. That is a fact.
Yeah.
Joey, I love you. I miss you
too. I miss you too.
Say hi to Joni and Anna from us.
I'll tell them that you say goodbye.
And friends, enjoy the rest of your weekend and have a great week, and we'll see you soon.
This week's Karate in the Garage has been brought to you by EXP, BB. I think people like it. I think people like it. It's
no refunds. No refunds.
No refunds. If yours breaks, too effing bad.
Yeah, just email stu@mightycypress.com.
Yeah, and tell them exactly what you think. Okay, Love you, everybody.
Bye, y'all.